Hey guys, welcome to Traditional Bow Hunting Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkowiak. Today it's raining out. You might even be able to hear it if I'm quiet. You might hear it in the background back there. It's kind of calming, but it is raining outside. So we're doing a video today inside. We're going to talk about what it takes, what you need to get in order to be a public land hunter or a mobile deer hunter. You know, you hear these terms thrown around a lot: running gun setup, mobile setup, public land hunters. You hear this common phrases thrown around like it's something new. It's not. But in order to do this, there is a whole change that you have to go through from your public or private land access mindset that you need to take into consideration. So we're going to cover those, the things that you need to think about, some of the gear you're going to need to invest in, some of the things you're going to want to do. What it comes down to is a system. A system is everything, okay? If you're going to be running, gunning, mobile land or mobile hunting, you're going to be moving constantly, you need to develop a system that's going to work for you, that's going to be efficient, effective, quiet, and let you do this, okay? That system becomes vital. It's everything. And we'll cover some other things in here as well too, but a lot of people are going to be wondering about that. Well, what do I use for a tree stand? What do I do for a saddle? Good news is we live in a time where there is tremendous opportunity for saddle hunters and for tree stand hunters, and you can't go wrong with either one of them. My advice for saddles: I'm a huge fan of Tactus Saddle. John Tucker, he owns Tactus Saddle. He is one of my best friends, and he builds saddles that are amazing. And he hasn't just been building them for like 3 or 4 or 5 years like a lot of these places are. Not that that's bad, but John's been hunting out of a saddle for almost 30 years, back from when the saddles used to be very popular. Then they disappeared and went away. He never stopped hunting out of them. He started making his own. His saddles are incredibly comfortable. They're amazing. You should check it out, tactussaddle.com, if you're looking for a saddle. If you're looking for a tree stand, we live in fantastic times too. There are things that make a tree stand important for us as running gun setups, okay? Mobile hunting, especially for traditional bow hunters, where we have to pick that tree. We can't move 10 yards over to another tree. We gotta be in that tree. And so tree stands make a big difference. Anything from Lone Wolf Hunting Products, anything from Novix, which is also Lone Wolf Hunting Products, anything from Exo Mountain Gear, anything from Lone Wolf Custom Gear, which is the D'Acquisto series, and anything from Beast Stand, from the Hunting Beast Gear, his Beast Stand. Any one of these stands are all basically identical with variations, but they all have the same key features you need in a tree stand. I've got other videos on that. I mean, you need a batwing offset bracket, mandatory. Cannot hunt, you're going to be miserable without it, especially if you're a traditional bow hunter, because you cannot move over. You need that tree. So you're going to want that offset offset batwing bracket on the back, so you can do that. You're going to want a good V-notch on the back of that so you can hunt very small trees as well as big trees. You are going to want the adjustable platform, and you're going to want the adjustable seat, and you're going to want it to be a nice slim profile so it packs down, okay? Those are my mandatory features in a stand. Every one of those I mentioned to you, they all share the exact same concept. They all have the exact same features and a Versa button, so you can swing the strap left or swing the strap right, doesn't matter. That's an important one too, but they all share that exact same quality. All right, climbing sticks, every one of those companies I just mentioned make amazing climbing sticks, so you can't go wrong, okay? This isn't a, there'll be another video coming down on who makes what stand best and how and that kind of stuff for you, but you will need a quality stand. Go one of those routes, okay? Lone Wolf being my all-time favorite, which is also Novix now. They're the same company, okay? It's a whole other thing there too. My light just go off. I don't know if that matters for you guys. But Novix and Lone Wolf, same company, going to be phenomenal. Exo, not Exo, sorry. I think I said the Exo Mountain earlier too, and that's a backpack company. I mean XOP, okay? Extreme Outdoor Products. XOP is another one. They're a little more budget friendly on there, but not much anymore. They're getting up there in the prices as well too, but that's another company that builds similar stands. Then you have the Lone Wolf Custom Gear, which is a D'Acquisto series, completely separate from Lone Wolf. but they have stands that also meet all this criteria, as does the hunting beast gear, the beast stand for the hunting gear, or hunting beast gear. So all of those stands are fantastic options. They all make fantastic sticks. You cannot go wrong. Find the one that you like, give it a shot. But anyone from any one of those companies will serve you perfectly as a mobile hunter, okay? As an example, this is a Lone Wolf Assault 2 and Lone Wolf climbing sticks, and this is my system that I use, and I've done many videos on it. But this is it right here. Sweet, simple, easy. Okay, there's a stand right here. You can see I got my sticks mounted right on there too, just like that. It's one simple unit. I do run backpack straps on here only to get up the tree. Okay, I don't carry this on my back. I'll show you. But notice this, I got everything locked in. I'm going to come around here for you. So you can see this. Actually, I got to hit that off my screen on here anyway, on my laptop, because I can't see you guys. You can close that. There we go. But you can see that I have everything strapped right on there. See how my sticks are held on with these straps right here? I have swim noodles, a swim noodle there, and another half a swim noodle on the top to keep this whole thing tight. Look at, not a sound, doesn't rattle, can't move. I can grab it by the sticks. You know, there is no noise to this setup. This setup is absolutely flawless on every way. Look at how slim of a profile that entire kit is. Okay, it doesn't get better than that. That's a very nice system, very lightweight, very functional. So with that said, that's kind of what I'm talking about. You need to develop a system, something that is going to work for you, that is a mobile setup that you can run, get used to, learn how to do, and use it over and over and over again. I mean, to give you an example, as you look at this, even the little minute details. So if I pop this strap off, we want everything dead quiet out there. So with that said, if you notice on here, even my straps, they are coated with a piece of rubber tubing or plastic tubing and then electrical tape. Both ends. I want these things dead quiet when I put them on here. Okay, hear that? Hear? Quiet. I want nothing to make any sound. So when I take this and I lock them on or take them off in the woods, I do not want any sound coming from any part of that system. That's very important. You see, I got yak grips on all of my buckle covers. Okay, when you're hunting public land, you're hunting a totally different animal. Private land deer and public land deer, if you haven't figured this out yet, are completely different animals. All right, trust me on this, the pressure aspect alone. So you want a system that's going to work good for you. And I will show you that. I'm going to take that off the table right now. I will come back to that and show you a little later on how I put that on a pack. But, so you need a stand or saddle, whether you're going with a saddle, tack to saddle, whatever saddle you want to go with. Next thing you are going to need, it is mandatory, because you are going to be changing stand sites very regularly, almost every time you hunt. You are going to need some kind of a harness setup, all right? This is mine. It's a modified rock climbing harness that I use. This system's incredible. I straight up love it. That's mine. It's a Petzl Falcon Mountain. You could go with a very lightweight one like I used last year, Petzl Jim Falcon, or Petzl Jim harness. Or you can go with a full body harness like a lot of guys do. This is my old one. But where you wear it and it goes right, you know, it goes through your legs, wraps around, and then you have your tether that comes off your back like this. Nothing wrong with these either, okay? But you will need a harness, a quality style of a harness. This is important because you are going to be climbing way more often than you did on your public land sets. When you're climbing these trees, you have to be safe. Okay, I cannot say that enough. And you're climbing so much more often, and you're doing it in places you don't know, and in trees that are not conducive to what you're used to, and some of them are cattywampus and leaning and tilting. Some of them are slick bark. You never know what you're getting into. You're in the rain, the snow, different conditions. You need to be safe. Having a harness that will give you that tether option on the back, or like I do, an option off the front like this right here, is important, because you're going to, as you climb around branches, you are going to use that tether line that's on your harness. So when this is on me, and I have this on as a rock harness, and I have this sitting right here, this not only will keep me safe when I'm up in the tree hunting, but as I'm going up and I have to get around branches, this becomes a second lineman belt, okay, to get me around those branches. So you will need a harness. a quality harness. It is a mandatory deal. You will also need a lineman belt, okay? This is one that I build. I make my own. I have tons of videos on it, or you can buy one. This is very lightweight, very functional. Uses a Ropeman mechanical ascender, so I can adjust the length in either direction on it one-handedly. So when I have this hooked on, we'll just hook it on my pants here right now real quick. But when I've done again, I have a lot of videos on this stuff out there for you. So if this is connected on me like this, and I have this here and I'm hooked on that tree and I want to come in tighter, I just grab right here and I pull, oh, it sucks me into the tree. If I want to get out, I just flip this, oh, and I can lean out and I'm away. In, out, okay? So having that lineman belt is very important. As you're climbing, you need to be connected to the tree 100% of the time. Lineman belt lets you do that. And this tether line on here is a good way to get around branches when you have to disconnect that for a minute. Have videos on it. Check my channel. It's out there. But remember, you're climbing trees in place. You're not on your back 40 or your grandpa's 10 acres or anything like that where if you hit the ground you can just yell and sooner or later somebody's going to walk out of the house and come and get you. Not like that on public land. Whole different world. Be safe. This is mandatory stuff. Alright, so you know you got that stuff covered. Next thing you're going to need is you're going to need a pack to carry your harness, your lineman belt, your gear that you're going to carry out there, your tree stand if you want to. Now I have done videos where you've put on my tree stand, I have put, you go back a couple of years, 4, 5, 6 years ago, but if you search tree stand on there it will show you, but you can actually put a Molly hip belt on a tree stand and use that as actually like a frame and then hang a backpack on it. Did that for many years, works fantastic. You can hang the stand on the pack like I do, but you will need to have some kind of a pack, okay? A decent sized pack. Now this may seem big for whitetail hunting. Keep in mind 90% of what goes in here is clothing. You're public land hunting now, right? If you're going to be a public land hunter, you're going to be going in there, so you're not hiking in 50 yards or 80 yards. A lot of times you might be going 700, 800, 1,000, yards in, maybe 3/4 of a mile, who knows? And you might be walking through swamps, marshes. You don't know what you're getting into. You need to be prepared to be able to shed your layers and put them into your pack so that you can go in without, while you regulate your thermal regulating. So you can keep yourself from sweating and getting hot. So having a pack to carry your gear, carry your spare clothing as you're hiking in and out, carry your stands and your sticks, whatever you want is a fantastic option. This is a Kuiu Venture 2300, my all-time favorite day pack. Okay, as far as a internal frame type, semi, what I call kind of a day pack setup, nothing beats this in my opinion. The pocket layout, I've done reviews on this pack. I'll put some links at the end of this, or at the end of the video here for you on this stuff. This pack is incredible. I don't care which one you use. Find one that works for you. This is like a $220 pack, and it's awesome. Straight up awesome on every kind of level. But you need something. You're going to need a pack to carry your stuff, all right? If you're, like I said, used to hunting your own 50 acres and throwing a flashlight in your pocket and heading out there, it's not going to work. You're going to need compasses. You're going to want a GPS or at least something on your phone like OnX or something that you can put on there so that you can navigate with. And I still would not just trust your phone. I would also have a GPS, which I always carry. This pack's only half set up right now because I still have all my pig stuff in my other one, but I always have a GPS with me, so it's going to be mandatory. You're going to also need a headlamp. Phoenix, okay, this one, what is it? I can't remember the name because I haven't looked in a while. The HM50R, still by far the best headlamp in a single cell, CR123, best headlamp ever made, period. Hands down. I will put links to this stuff down below for you. But even after 5 years of that one being out, me reviewing it 4 or 5 years ago, nobody beats it. It is still the best headlamp you could have as a hunter out there. There are other great ones. You guys know I love zebra lights. I've loved a lot of them. That Phoenix right there, that particular one, best headlamp ever made. Plain and simple. Okay? There's other good ones, but that one's the best. But this pack, phenomenal pack. Any pack you want to use will work good. But so you're going to put all your stuff in this, okay? You got to have all your gear in there. And then when you have all your gear in there, you're also going to need to carry your sticks and your stands. So what I do on mine, when I have mine set up, I'm going to just lock this down a little bit here so we can get it ready. I'm not putting more stuff in it. But so when you have this on, what I need to be able to do is carry my stands and my sticks on here too. So I got my stuff in here, let's call this pack all good and ready. Well, I actually mount my stands and my sticks right on this pack, okay? And then I let that pack carry the weight. So I take my sticks and my stands, I set them right on the pack like this. I run my straps right up through here and all the way around it. Just my compression straps here. And it's not adjusted right now, I got it still set, like I said, but we'll switch this over. But I put this on here, that gets locked on right there. My back one, right up through here. And this one comes up through here. And then this is how I carry my entire system, is right here like this. Everything right there. One pack, one setup, not heavy. This is my whole set. I take this, throw it right on my shoulders. I think my hip belt is actually connected to itself right now. Hang on. Yep, let me unbuckle that. So I take this, throw it on. The drawer is up. And this is it. This right here is how I carry my entire system. So everything I need while I'm out there hunting, that stuff would be in here, but everything I need is right here. This is my mobile hunting system. Notice it does not stick up higher than my head, so it's not snagging on nothing. It's not wider than my body, so it doesn't, you can't see it behind me. It's that profile is tucked in, so if anything I can fit through, I can walk this through. When I said using a system is very important, think about how a deer, think about how a 180-inch deer can move through some of this thick, nasty brush. He does it with the same antlers every single day, so he knows exactly where they are, how to move them, and what to do with them. This is no different. I have one system. I do not use other stands. I do not use other sticks. I do not play with other things. I use one system. That one system allows me to know exactly where this is. So as I move through brush, I know exactly how I have to turn to wiggle through to get this set up through there. Could I put the stand closer to my back and hang a pack on there? Yes, I could if I wanted to. This works perfect. Notice I still got space between my shoulders. Okay, the weight's on my hips. I can carry. I can wear this all day long. Okay, this is cakewalk easy. I don't even know it's on there. It is not any issue whatsoever. So you're going to want some kind of a system like this that's going to work. This is mine. Okay, sweet and easy. I get to my stand site. I pop the two buckles. I grab this back here and grab the handle. Love that they give you a handle on the Kuiu bags. Take it right there. I set it right on the ground. And I pop my sticks and my stands off. Two buckles. Boom and boom. Wow, there it is. Now I'm ready to throw this up on a tree. So it's a very easy, simple system. So you will need a pack of some kind that is going to work for you, that will carry your gear that you're going to want to carry. Okay? You're going to want a harness. You're going to want a lineman belt. We've already covered that stuff for you. Now, another thing you're going to have to think about. How are you going to get that animal out of the woods? Okay, if you're used to being able to kill them on your back 40 and then take your truck right up to them, or your side-by-side or your Kubota, and go pick them up, throw them in the bed, bring them back in, and gut them at the house, those days are over if you're a public land hunter. You're going to have to get deer out of the woods. There's no option to it. So, and sometimes that can be a long way in through some pretty rough stuff. Couple options. One, the jet sled. By far the best way there is to do it if you're going to have to drag a deer. There is no better way to drag a deer than in a jet sled. Now you can use a deer cart. Deer carts work on hard, flat ground. They do not work very good in hills. They do not work very good in soft, mushy, swampy type stuff. And they do not work very good where you get a lot of blowdowns and things like that. Nothing, I don't think anything out there is as versatile as a simple jet sled right here. This is actually a Sled Junior. Okay, this is the smaller model. I'm not pulling down. I got two more full-size ones up there. But the Sled Junior, this one will actually do everything you need to, including bigger bucks. Now the Sled 1 or the Sled Original, and again, I have tons of videos on this stuff. Okay, I will put links down below for these jet sleds too, for this and the original size 1. But they will, the Sled 1 pulls a little better because it spreads the weight out more over a bigger area. It's a little bit tall, fatter and a little longer, but it works great, okay? But what's nice about a jet sled is you can drag this, you don't need snow, okay? the worse terrain, the crappier it is out there, the better these things work. Okay, so if you got you got leaves on the ground, dry leaves, wet leaves, doesn't matter. Deadfalls, they pull right up and over deadfalls real easy. They pull over anything. They go through the marsh, they go through the swamps really well. The only thing you don't want to drag them on is probably gravel roads, you know, or shale or something like that. But for the most part, in the woods, nothing beats a jet sled. And it'll take your drag, it'll be a minimum of 50%, probably 60-70% drag reduction. So if you're pulling a deer that weighs 180 pounds or 150 pounds, you're dropping it down to about 75 pounds or 60 pounds of actual felt pulling. So it's a big difference. I've done videos, again, change the handle out, put a piece of hose tubing on there so you got a good handle. I got a couple of tie down points on these corners here that you can see. Again, a lot of videos on this stuff. Spend some time on my channel. Go through it. There's 500 videos out there that are hunting related out there on my channel alone. So tons of videos on this stuff. Just check out jet sled. But a jet sled is a fantastic way to get these deer out of the woods. It's going to make life 1,000 times easier than trying to drag it by an antler or putting a piece of rope and a stick around its neck, you know, and trust me, get a jet sled. Just makes everything so much easier. I straight up promise you, you will not be disappointed. And then if you're like me and now you hunt out of an SUV, you can take this and you can just throw it right, you know, that deer and that jet sled right in the back of your SUV. No blood, everything's contained in the sled, nice, neat, and easy, and you can take it home. No putting it up on the roof or putting it on a hitch carrier rack where it's getting covered in grime and crap on the way home. Put the deer in the jet sled, walk up your SUV, load the jet sled right in the back of the SUV, close the hatch, you're done. Same with your truck. No blood in the truck, no having to wash anything out later on. Take this, take your 2 2x4s that you carry in the bed of your truck, just lower them down like a ramp, push the jet sled right up into your tailgate, into your bed of your truck, close the tailgate, you're done. Jet sled, best thing in the world, okay? It is a public land hunter's very important tool, okay? So you will want that. Now if you're going to, the other option you can do too is you can also bone deer out. You can bone them out in the field in many states. Some states you can't. That's a whole nother topic, but something worth thinking about too. Now, if you're going to be hunting public land as well, you're probably going to want to have some recovery gear, depending on what your public land is like. If, like in Kansas, where I hunt, public land means you pull up a paved road and then you go a quarter mile down a dirt road and you park in a parking lot. That's different. Okay, but if you hunt like here in Michigan or where I am in places in Missouri and Georgia and Ohio and Indiana, a lot of places I hunt at, public land is back roads, 2 tracks, power lines, mud holes, things like that. You're going to need a way to get yourself out, okay? Watch some of my recovery videos on there. Things that you should carry in your car, your vehicle. I got a new EDC one coming out for vehicles pretty soon on all the stuff I carry. But bare minimum, a shovel, 2 or 3 toe straps, a shackle on there, and a set of these. These are fantastic, okay? These traction boards, these are great. Okay, this is a 2-pack of X-Bolt traction boards, but they really do come in very handy. They'll let you, you know, if your wheels are stuck and you're spinning, you can shove these under them, you can get traction on these knobs to get right out of there. Again, done reviews on these. I got a lot of videos out there, trust me, there's a ton of stuff. But these X-Bolt traction boards, they're not very expensive. I have 2 sets, one that stays in my car all the time, these are my other ones, and they are a fantastic option. But you will need to consider, if you're out there on public land, some ways that you can get unstuck by yourself, okay? I got a good hunting buddy that doesn't carry any recovery gear. He calls twice a year when he's stuck out there. It's like, really? Why can't you just, you know, I mean, there's been 5 people that have passed by you, but you have nothing to get unstuck with. So make sure you got that stuff. Minimum, shovel, toe straps, couple of shackles, and a set of traction boards. If you got that, you can pretty much, a saw. Don't forget a saw. You got to have a saw, because then you can use logs kind of like traction boards too. So, but if you want a public land hunt or be a mobile hunter out there, this is what it takes. Okay, it's not like I said, it's not like hunting on your own property where you just need a bow and a compass in your pocket and a flashlight and you climb up the tree that just, you know, your grandparents put a ladder stand there 35 years ago. This is a whole different world. It's a whole different system. It's a whole different experience and a whole different adventure. Well worth it. Amazing on so many different levels. But I want you to be safe, so have the gear to keep you safe. I want you to be efficient, so have the stands or saddle set up that's going to be efficient for you. I don't want you having a heart attack, so get yourself a jet sled or something to get out of there. And we don't want you getting stuck out there. So get yourself some recovery gear so that you're in business. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Links will be down below for all this stuff. Don't forget to check out my bow hunting whitetails course. If you're coming into the public land stuff, I got a course out there, $75, and it's I don't know, I want to say it's like 17 or 18 hours long now. All video series and in-field stuff, and it will teach you things that will blow your mind on how to hunt public land. So thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.